Hey friends, happy Tuesday. Good to see you. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to cut straight to the magic. We're going to do diagonal cut magic while we play along with Craft Roulette. And just so that I can do a reminder for episode 316, our project is a diagonal cut. An element is post, posters are posts, colors are calm, and a random are Hexagon. So I think that we've got this in the bag with all the bee stuff that we've got going. I did pre-cut this using the Buzzin By stamp set and a postage stamp die. I see that we've got Linda Gorman on here. We've got Lisa. We've got Judy. We've got Tanya. Hi, Tanya. I think I got everybody so far. If I miss anybody, let me know. But this stamp set has two cute bee stamps. You've got this little one running towards the butterfly. We've got this one making a wish. It says, "May all your wishes find their way to you. Buzzin' by to say hi. Just be you. Let your wishes take flight in a little puff of magic just for you." Very, very cool. Okay, so if you are new here, which I can't see that there's anybody new, maybe somebody lurking in the background. If you're new, we would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, hit that notify me button so when I go live, you'll know, and obviously send me some comments in the chat. So let's get started. We are going to, and I think I forgot to say hi to Justine. So we are going to use the BZ's paper pad, and we're going to use these two papers. I haven't decided which sides. We are using, like I said, the Buzzin By. I'm using my all-time favorite honeycomb die. It's been discontinued. We've got some new things here. It's the handmade with love buttons, and you get 3 sizes. You get 9 total. I'm just going to show you these. We've got assorted vintage wood buttons that were just added. Okay, now stop it. We have these cute little ladybugs. You'll get 9 of them. I just have a partial pack. And then, come on, you guys. Look at these cute little bees. And again, you'll get 9 of those in the pack. And we're going to use the fairy dust. I think I said Girl's Best Friend in the description box below. But I pulled fairy dust. So let's get started with the coloring. I did pre-stamp "May all your wishes find their way to you." So I'm going to use a Funn bumblebee color combination. All right. Ooh, the new buttons. They are on the website. They're on the very front page. So if you're dying to see those, you should go pick those up now. All right. So I'm going to use an E23. Did you guys hear the beep? That's Sean calling the dog downstairs because he wants to know what I'm doing. Not Sean, the dog. And I'm betting it was probably Jack's. So I am going to zoom in a little bit tighter. So I took that E23 and I did it right above the bridge of the nose where the eyebrows are and a little bit of the antennae. And I'm going to go ahead and do just a little bit here on the right side. And I'm going to, on the outside of that arm. And there. So we've got that. I'm going to go ahead and do his whole leg in brown because you don't see much of it. Pretty cute, pretty easy. Hi, Tara. Good to see you. I did miss calling out your name. I'm sorry. So I'm going to follow the artist drawn lines. And I'm going to start just feathering in some of this E23. And I'm turning the paper so that I get what's comfortable for me. I don't know if you know this or not, but bumblebees are actually furry. Not that anybody wants to be that close to them to know, because that usually means that you're being stung. But here's a little fact about me. Linda, I will not be in Columbus this week. I have a lot of stuff going on and I just couldn't swing it. I would have loved to. I would have loved to have gone out to lunch with you. But, you know, maybe in 2 years when it's live again, because I think they're doing it like every other year in person. I'm hoping, if anybody's listening, if the Simon Says gods are listening, that hopefully they pick me up in their shop by the time it goes live again so that I can be a participant vendor. But even if that doesn't happen, I am still going to welcome all the things. So all I did was kind of bring in those flicks, and I am extending this Y19. And I colored in the whole part under his face is a Y19. Now this under his arm would be in shadow. So I am using a little bit more of the Y19. When you go to Lexington, we have to, or if I go up your way to my favorite shop, then we'll have to have lunch that way too. There's multiple ways for us to hang out, Linda. And all you would have to say is, Joy, I miss you. Let's make a trip. And you know what? I'd get in my car and we'd go have some good lunch. I'd let you be in charge of picking the place because, well, you know your area better than I do. But we totally can do lunch anytime you want. Now I'm starting to extend that color up into these long hairs. So cute, isn't he? Just love him. Hi, Shiloh. Good to see you. I thought you said hi, chickens. You said hi, chickies. Chickies. Sorry, I'm weird. So this is Y15. This is my lightest midtone. So that's what the eye sees the most of. So I'm filling that in more. Okay. Y13. And I totally forgot to do the antennae. So that's the Y13. And I'm just going to come in with the Y17 and do a little bit of a dot in there too. But do you see how that brown kind of like was my scary dark? And if you lose a little bit of the brown, you can always come back in. And add a little bit. He's so cute. Gonna blend a little bit more with that Y15 just because that got a little bit harsh. And I guess I need to fill in the rest of this body here, huh? So that was the Y15. Now we're doing 13. You might even say they're the bee's knees. Uh-huh. So here's a little factoid about me. I usually have a season pass to Kings Island because I'm from the Cincinnati area. And towards the middle of the year, the soda machines get a little raunchy because they've had a lot of use, and people are scared to death to fill up their souvenir cup. I am not. I literally can put my hand right up in there and fill it up, and the bugs don't bother me. Sometimes I don't know if it's my blood type. I don't know if it's that they know that I don't fear them, but literally I'll be standing in line, like 20 people will hand me their cups because I'm not afraid to do the things. Who knew? Well, it was probably some information you didn't really care to have about me, but I gave it to you. So one of the parameters are calm colors. So I'm going to use this BG10, 11, and B00 for the wings. Now, I've never personally seen a bee with blue wings, but it's like you want to give it something. You need to give it a little bit of oomph. So these are the same colors I did this sky in last time, remember? And just if you guys are curious or need to know all the things, I have restocked a ton of flashcards. So if you're into foiling, get them while they're hot because they are in stock, lots of them. So now I know that these are white, but again, I'm going to give them just a little bit of blue. This is the BG10. You can barely even see that I'm doing that. Now, does a dandelion actually have blue in it? No, but anything that's white will reflect color. So we're going to pretend it's reflecting the color of the sky. I'm literally just dabbing this in. A little dab will do ya. All right. What else? What other color? Let's do a YG03 for the stem. And we're going to go ahead and start dotting in the ground. You can get as funky with this as you want. Hi, Sean. Good to see you. The beeping is the oven timer. LOL, it does confuse Jack. Okay. I swear it sounded like it was right outside my door, but whatever. So Justine or Sean, if you want to drop the link into the Buzzin By, that would be fantastic. Justine, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Sean probably doesn't know how to do that. I probably need to show him. So if you want to drop that in, you can. It is in the description box. So cute. YG67. And I am taking the lid off because it's starting to become humid here in the Midwest. So I like to prepare for that and not have a mess. You've seen me use this technique at least. Well, this is twice in a week, so there you go. Okay, so now I'm going to use the R 11, 12, and 14 family, which is way overdue, but I want it to be, I need a little bit of pop of something. Hey, Manly Mage, Sean, how are you? So we've got 2 Seans on here tonight, which is very rare. And I am barely putting dots in these flowers because, let's be honest, they're so small that you don't have to like get all jiggy with it. You just need to get the idea down. Now I'm using the R11, which is more pink, so it's going to go nice with that. R14, so it's going to be more of a coral color actually. And I'm finishing that off, those little flowers. Okay, so I do want to give this guy a few cheeks here. Justine, you're free to use collabs anytime you want with the amount of stuff that you do and have, all the time. I'm fine with that. You more than moderate for me. Look how that R11 took place. But let's talk about this. If we want to amp this up just a hair, let's bring in the R21, which has a little bit more pigment to it. See how he's getting all nice and cheeky. Yeah, so cute. Now I am going to go right over that R13 a little bit, or R21 with a little bit of the Y13 just to blend it. Kind of like we did makeup, like the makeup idea the other day. I'm going to go right here in the middle. I don't know why. I don't really think that dandelions have yellow centers by the time they become dust, but it's my card. When you do yours, do it however you want. All right. Honestly, he or she is as cute as they come. Let's do some shoes. And I'm going to use the cool grays. So underneath the shoe, where you got all these hash marks, I'm going to use a C9. Better take that lid off. I don't know about you, but I don't want to get into all the hash marks and stuff. So I'm going to go around the front here a little bit. And maybe there. Again, these are really, my voice is, they're really small areas, so we don't have to like go hog wild here. That was C7, C5. What was the question about the ink? I am using Memento ink that I stamped this with. I actually was going to make this card like 2 weeks ago, and I forgot. So now this is C3. Okay. I'm really scrubbing over that one shoe so it looks more blended. All right. The next thing I want to do, if I can find it on my desk, like folks, it was here 5 minutes, like right 5 minutes before we started. Now I'm thinking that the squeezed lemonade's probably a little too yellow, like bright yellow, lemonade-y yellow, but I think the marmalade would be too, harsh. So now I'm just using a little bit of distress ink. You can use whatever inks you have. This just happened to be what was probably on my desk from whatever card I made last. Now I will tell you that if you stamp that in a dye ink and then you go over it with the distress inks, you're going to end up making that bleed. Or if you use Versifying Clear, you would want that to completely dry because pigment ink stays wet longer. This was stamped over a week ago, so I am not that bent. Mustard seed, that was the one I was thinking of. Thank you. I knew the marmalade was wrong. Okay. I think I like him just like that right now. So while we're doing the things, I want to go ahead and get this glued down. I love this stamp too, Sandy. There's so many things you can do with it. So I think it'll cheer somebody up. It'd be good for a birthday card. It'd be good for a get well. I mean, just anything that you want it to be. I just think it's sweet. Now, normally I would do all the popping of all the things, like popping them up, but we've got more stuff coming. So just like I do my card bases, I put it on end so that I could get it on straight. I just wanted that background of that image to be there. Okay. So here's the hard decision that we have to make for the day. Which one of these are we going to cut in half or on the diagonal? I think we're going to cut this one. The hardest decision I had to make for the day. Here's my nasty trimmer. So, guys, we can think about this. We could have just done this, matted it all in black, and be done. But it's just not as cute. And honestly, I maybe should have done a 5x7 card because I think 5x7 would have played nicer with this. I mean, we could still chop this off and do our things with it. So let's go ahead and get this glued down. Love this polka dot too. I can't believe I'm covering it up. But this is the Bee's Knees paper pack. We did restock that last week, so it's theirs for the grabbing. Yeah, putting the black behind the postage die just makes it one more layer, makes it a little bit more interesting. But it's definitely not needed. So I've always been taught to kind of do this, like to cover up my seam. So I'm going to take a bead of glue. And I'm going to lay this strip down. What's nice about Barely Art Glue, one, it's wet glue, so it gives you the wiggle room if you shall need it like I do. But it dries matte and it dries clear, which is really important to me anyway. So let's cut off the edges. Okay. So now we've got a diagonal shape. Well, that completely covers it up. You guys. I am going to make an odd shaped card because it's my card and I can do what I want. That's what we're doing. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some double-sided adhesive. Okay, just came out a little bit with this. And I'm putting this down here. And I still put wet glue down on my adhesive tape, my foam tape or foam pads, because, well, you guys know I can't ever get anything on straight. So I just want a little bit extra wiggle room. See, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. So I do want this popped up. However, this is going to show on the back of my card. And you're asking me, how are we going to fix that? Not sure yet. It's just a card. We can always fix it. So if you're interested in where to find this stuff, it is on pajamacrafterstamps.com. Okay, let's cut this thing down. I believe it was 4x4. Might have been a hair bigger. So you're asking me, like, why did I do that? Because I want to hide this mess from the recipient. Perfect. So now I still get the dimension that I want, because you know the heart wants what the heart wants. And you know, not always does the heart get what the heart wants. But in my card making room, the heart gets what the heart wants. Okay. Stop the roll. Stop the roll. Here, we're going to pick that up. All right. So I want some of this showing. And yes, I am just ripping it because who cares? What I'm trying to attempt, everybody, is to show you that, like, even when a card isn't going the way you want it to, you can still make it happen. Okay. Let's go ahead and smush her down. BB says hi, if you didn't hear her squawk. Sandy saying, eek, so cute already. I know, right? Who knew? Who knew? right, we're going to cover that back up. And I don't know. Let's just do a little bit. I'm just sneaking some glue down here, guys. No one said I had a plan. Like, don't ever let anybody tell you that I have a plan, because I don't ever. Butters is walking around because he thinks that his presence is needed in the video. I mean, in my opinion, it's always needed, but all the birds are screaming, all the animals are doing whatever they're doing. So Sean is really winning on the keeping the animals quiet bandwagon. Yep, you're right, Sandy. We just pivot. We just keep going. So I'm going to show you these again. Handmade with love. How stinking cute. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we are. Now my nose is doing its thing. This is a professional show here. I always say show like I'm on TV. I guess it's because I'm old and I still cast my stuff up to the TV a lot. So let's see if this will fit. Did you see that? I put the big one away that I wanted and kept the small one out. Hi, Anna. You love it. Me too. You know, I always say that I love it, but when you get to design things and it's your company, you just get excited to create, because it's everything that I've ever wanted. This is painful to watch, isn't it? If anybody knows of a good way to thread these with big, thick ribbon, you tell me. Actually, I have a beading tool somewhere in this mess, and that would just push it right through, but I don't know where that is. We might be aborting this just because it's painful to watch. Boy, I wish I knew where that tool was. So the tool I'm talking about is, it's got like a long wire on it that's a loop, and you put it inside. If anybody has like a crown or a crown, or what's the other word? Denture, bridge is the word. Then you'll know what kind of tool I'm talking about. But so it's obviously the thing for the bridge is not meant for beading, but it's got that long loop on it. Flosser. Thanks, man. Is that really what that's called? Is a flosser? I call it the thingamajig. Man, this is painful. I have a lighter in this room, I just saw it a couple hours ago, and I was going to burn the edges so it was into a point, just so you guys didn't have to watch how incredibly painful this is. Yeah, it is. There's a beading flosser. That's exactly what it's called. Is anybody laughing yet? Because I'm dying. I used to once upon a time make jewelry with my best friend. And I was actually good at it. My problem is like I like real jewelry, so, like real gemstones, and it got to be a very expensive hobby. Where is my lighter? We're aborting this. Oh my, I should have done this before. Do a bow behind your button, then use thicker thread in the... Oh, you're so smart. See, that's why, this is why Shyla gets paid the big bucks. Because she sews. Okay, taking that out. Okay. Black twine. When in doubt, do something different. Love you for that. The other thing I wish I had already heating up. Oh, my husband just brought me a lighter. He's such a good man. What would I ever do without the help of my people? So if you want to know what I was talking about with the lighter situation, so you can put this into a point, because we're not going to use all of that. I kind of like put it to a point. But anyway, we've moved on, I think. God love him. But my failures create your success. Okay. The heart wants what the heart wants right now. So I'm making this bow whether it's to my detriment or not. I never in a million years thought I needed a lighter when I started my project today, or when I got the things ready for it. But you know the saying, the heart wants what the heart wants. And my heart wants this bow real bad. Real bad. Sandy said the struggle is real in crafting. Amen, sister. Okay, so I'm kind of covering up that handmade with love. Let me grab my hot glue gun. Let me get her plugged in so it's ready to go. Hopefully she doesn't take a real long time. All right. Let's get rid of all the pieces. So now you know that I'm extra. You've literally just watched me be extra. on things that I didn't need to be extra on. But this is a real postage stamp that I got at the post office, which I don't know if you all have heard, but it's going up in price. I think in about on the 8th, maybe. So I am not raising my shipping prices. I can't guarantee what other companies are doing, but I'm not going to do that right now until we know what's going on. Hopefully it's just a short-term problem because of our geopolitical situation. And we're not going to talk anymore about that because we are here to have fun and not talk about stuff. Hey, Jana, long time no see. Okay, so that's my first little bouquet-ish thing. Now the hot glue is not ready, but whatever. I'm also impatient. If you didn't know. That glue is not sticking. It's hard as a rock. Okay. I'm struggling for it, guys. Now I'm even going to put like a little drop of glue down here so that my bow doesn't cover up my sentiment. This is not really turning out the way I wanted it to, but we're going to make it work. I hate it when I do this stuff. All right, let's unplug this so I don't get burnt any more than I'm setting myself up for. All right. It's still hecka cute. You like putting a glue dot on the back? Do you know that I actually don't own any glue dots? When I tell people I use Barely Art glue, foam tape, and hot glue, that's what I have in my room. I do have some tear tape that I just recently brought, but I normally don't even deal with that. Just, it's not my thing. Okay, so now we've got to get these cute little bees on here. Now yours would come as a 9-pack, but mine are what's the odd number that they shipped me. But I just think they're so cute. So these are self-adhesive. They do have little foam dots on them. Okay, now we're going to use fairy dust. So I don't know if you've seen these. For $1.99 you get 3 of these boats. Boy, we got one angry macaw down there tonight. So if you tap these, they kind of flip over and they go into the channels, making it very easy to pick up. And I'm going to use our crafter's wand. Ours is rose gold with the clear in it. And the key is to pick the ones up that had already flipped instead of the other way around. But, you know, it's me. Let's see. I'm concentrating way too much on this. You guys are being quiet, so I'm not sure if there's any questions you have. But again, we have just elevated this card design by adding like foam tape, by adding these cute little embellishments. A button. It's like, thank you to Shiloh for telling me what to do mid design. But yeah, I've got a hot glue hair that keeps me from being able to pick my gemstone up. Ugh. So I promise you, most of the time I try to figure things out and, you know, don't fly by the seat of my pants. But there are days that I do. And since I was packaging all the things, look how cute that is. Now we still have this pesky inside and we have this hair from the glue. So let's get out a piece of cardstock. Let's cut her down to size. I like 3 3/4 by 5. I like a wide trim on the inside of my cards. So that's what I'm doing. This was last year's make and take. So on the front we have, may your wishes find their way to you. So let's use let your wishes take flight. On the inside, now I'm just going to stamp this little guy inside the card. I'm not going to got a piece of hair on it. I am not going to color him. Now we could, but we're not. I honestly don't want to. I think it's just fine as it is. Do you guys know that I used to be on a design team that was nothing but how to make a bow? And then after you saw me struggle so much, you're probably all cracking up. Oh, he's so cute. He's so happy. He is so happy. All right, my head's probably going to get in the way here just so I can get this straight. Ish. And I'm using my VersaFine Claire. I don't push heavy on my sentiments because you don't want them to squish. Let's go ahead and put the embellishment trays over here. Sean says, I'm literally cutting pieces of ribbon right now to try how Shiloh had done on a video. Thank God for smart people. You guys, every day, I just pray that like technology works. I pray that my animals don't scream, which clearly is not the case today, but it's fine. This is real life. You know that I run my business, or Sean and I run our business from our home. So that's what you get. Oh my gosh, look at how cute. Okay, if you didn't want to color these images, look how cute they are just as is. Oh, I love them. I still feel like being extra. All right, so let's get out the white gel pen. And let's see. I thought about Wake Stella. Has this one never been opened? Okay. So this is the Crafter's Companion version of it. But I'm going to glitter the wings and our little, what you call it here, dandelion. Okay, we forgot, I forgot a few things. Got ahead of myself. So let's put some shadows in with the hand. Since all my other ones are buried, we're going to go with C4 and a C2. And that's that thing. Kind of blobbed on me. So I'm going to use my colorless blender and push it. So good. All right, and then I'm going to just, for the sake of coloring in that sash, I could just use the R12. Hi, Annie. Good to see you. All right, so let's see, we can give a few there. Feel like he'd have a little something there. Perfect. All right. That is what he looks like. So I just gave a little bit of a highlight. Oh, let's make those dots in his eyes pop. May all your wishes find their way to you, and let your wishes take flight. Beautiful. This is what I have for the evening, guys. I think it's adorable. I can't believe I used a real postage stamp, but I saw these at the post office and I had to have one. So we've got some cut on the diagonal. We've got octagons. We've got calm colors. We've got the bright, like the yellows and the blues and the soft pinks. Cut on the diagonal. Hold on. hexagon column postage or postage post and a diagonal cut. So we have actually met all of the criteria. I am done for the evening unless you guys have questions or want to see something else. So I love it. Tara says, I love it. So freaking adorable. Agreed, my friend. Agreed. It is adorable. But I think I'm going to jump off here and spend some time with Sean. I'm sure he's got dinner somewhat done. All right. Bye, guys. Love you guys.